Transform an entire Adelaide primary school. These kids were struggling on a number of levels. Their biggest weakness, though, was numeracy and literacy. But as Vasil Melandris discovered, in just a short time, they've gone straight to the top of the class.
We have noticed huge improvements to the point we are absolutely amazed at what's happening.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It's great fun. I see the kids really engaging in it. Everybody's, looking up at the board, everybody's doing the actions and joining in.
These days, JJ is always raising his hand in class.
Hop, at the E, what have we got?
With my dyslexia, I'm not really the best speller, and when I find a word that I can't spell, I go first thing I think of is the sounds, and then the sounds lead me to the actions.
The Year 6 student is overcoming his learning issues by using sounds and actions in a program revolutionising education at one of Adelaide's most disadvantaged primary schools.
I can't tell you how proud I am of what this school has achieved. It was a struggling school, and now you've seen it for yourself. They are confident, they have a vision, they know where they're going.
Just 3 years ago, O'Sullivan Beach Primary was in crisis. Poor academic results, unruly kids, falling enrolments and a leadership in turmoil, with no less than 4 principals in 2 years.
You had some real challenges coming into the school.
I did, yes I did. Yes, it was almost a bit unbelievable to how do we even start?
Incoming principal Sally Menadue says the turning point came after watching a Today Tonight segment about a relatively new literacy program called Jolly Phonics.
I just thought this sounds exactly like what I think we could explore and give a go in our school.
We supplied the school the details of how to tap into the fun, fast-paced program, which teaches the 42 sounds of the English language rather than those of the alphabet. Children then blend and segment words to develop reading and writing skills.
There's so many rules to the English language, aren't there?
Yeah, I know. It's very confusing.
Swap over the curly kit and the king kit.
But implementing Jolly Phonics wasn't easy. Initially, it was only rolled out in the junior campus, and while the younger students started to soar,
suggested
excellent, well done, mate.
Eddie should.
The upper primary kids were being left behind. Teacher Peter Van Dyke explains.
By the time they got to me, the gap was quite severe, where I had kids 2-3 years behind with their spelling age, and to try to catch that up in such a short time is really hard.
That gap was clearly evident when the language tests and NAPLAN results came in. Nearly all the students using Jolly Phonics caught up and even surpassed the desired literacy benchmarks for their age, some by 2.5 years.
A worst case scenario would be 6 months above where they should be.
Worst case?
Worst case, yeah. We had 24 months in quite a few of our students.
On the other hand, the figures were alarming for those not on the program, with some students trailing the national average by up to 50 months.
It was absolutely frightening because our primary teachers looked at this data and thought, oh my goodness, what can we do?
Eventually, everyone came on board with Jolly Phonics and the extension models, and classes were streamed according to skill level, not age.
With our spelling now, I'm getting nearly all the words right.
Can you please give me a word that has OA spelling makes long O sound? Soap. Goat.
What I've seen now that we're all consistently doing the same thing is that children don't fall through the gaps.
Now enrolments are up and even the bad behaviours are largely in check at O'Sullivan Beach, according to Angela Weeks from SPELD, the Specific Learning Difficulties Association.
To see the confidence of the children, how comfortable they are working with their letters, their sounds, working together as groups. No fooling around, no behaviour problems, everybody on task, even when the teacher's talking to you. Oh, that is pretty special.
The school's success recently caught the attention of Federal Education Minister Peter Garrett, who paid a visit and wanted to find out more.
Learning pretty quickly, aren't you? Do you think it's the most fun thing about learning at school? Really?
Despite so many ringing endorsements, Angela Weeks says the South Australian Education Department is still reluctant to widely endorse the teaching tool. A spokesman told us there are a range of learning tools and schools should choose those that fit best.
It's a huge disappointment for me. We are not teaching phonics in a systematic way. Simply put, we're not getting the results for all of the children.
For those parents who've seen the difference, there's no turning back.
I'm so bad at sports. He told his mum.
I'm really happy with the way the children's learning has increased since coming to this school. Their literacy especially has been fantastic.
And then you crack the code.
That's exactly right. Then you crack the code. That's what this is all about. And when a child has cracked the code, it's the great aha moment.
Good reading.
Yeah, good stuff indeed. But up next, the life